Hello students. Earlier we dealt with positive parenting and strategies parents could use to help children transit. Parents and teachers are vital during transition as they form the ecosystem. Strategies can effectively support children and this will aid them in advancing in their academics. Learning outcomes. At the end of the module, the reader will be able to understand the importance of interaction between educators and parents, list down the barriers and constraints to positive parenting. Parent educator interaction. The challenge for parents during transition from home to early learning centers is to balance effective communication with the child and educators in the school. Teachers have a considerable amount of insight in dealing with issues of transition. Parents should leverage this experience in ensuring a smooth transition for their child. Here are some of the ways in which parents can interact fruitfully with the child's educators. Teachers usually collect a substantial amount of information about each new child and record their progress on a weekly or a monthly basis. The educator may also utilize this formal assessment to gauge the child's proficiency in concepts such as print, numeracy, oral language, and basic word recognition. They may also monitor and make a record of observations on the child's social and personal interactions. Parents can help teachers in making this possible. Teachers can interact with parents before the academic year starts and collect information regarding the child. Educators can also note each child's interests, likes, and dislikes. This will help in two ways. Instructor can use this to know the child and will help in classroom transaction, and the other, child will be able to connect to the new environment which will support the child in transition. Parents should utilize every opportunity to acquire and assess the aforementioned information which would provide them an awareness about the child's progress and learning during the early stages of their schooling. The teacher might also discuss the results from the assessments and the work the child has done in their books or around the walls. This can be combined with the knowledge the parents already have about their wards, like their interests, developments, needs, routines, likes, and dislikes, which would help the educator be empathetic about the child's requirements and bring about modifications in the teacher-child interactions. The parents should also utilize each such engagements to discuss about the child's comfort with respect to early learning centers. Things that the child was pleased with or concerned about should be communicated clearly to the school. Any concerns and gaps must be discussed and adequate resolutions should be formulated during the meetings. The educator would customize strategies as they get to know each family and their needs. Parents should discuss, understand, and clarify the expectations of what the child would be achieving in a year and how they can enable the child to realize the goals. Periodic meetings with the educators would help the parents to assess and quantify the progress of their child. The teaching staff would bring to parents' notice if the child isn't progressing as quickly as their peers. In such a case, the parents should be committed to provide support as suggested by the educator. Information on the daily activities in the class may be put up by the school on the parents' boards, consisting of announcements, photographs of children playing, learning, and future events. The parent should routinely check these boards for information on their child's progress. Many learning centers offer extensive transition programs. These programs enable the child to become familiar with the new school, environment, and teachers. These are also an excellent opportunity for the parents to interact with the teachers. Overall, it is essential for the parents to build good relationships with the Early Learning Center and its personnel, including teachers and other professionals such as speech and language therapists, healthcare visitors, etc. Barriers or constraints to positive parenting. Though a number of optimal suggestions are given for parents to support successful transition, there are many constraints that can hinder the effective execution of these techniques. First one, vulnerable families. Vulnerability is when parents or families lack the capacity to care, protect, and provide for the development and well being of the children. It is also when it is limited. Stressors affecting the family will also have an adverse effect on the children, such as economic hardships, unemployment, violence, substance abuse, divorce, mental health problems, etc. Children from these vulnerable families can be given help. Professionals and educators can build relationship and trust with children and families. Every family is shaped differently with their unique needs and inspirations. According to the effect of that vulnerability, educators will require to work in developing a reciprocal relationship where children and families will work on sharing their respect and valuing family views. Second one, communication. The sheer quality of parental talks is associated with language or vocabulary development in early years. The early experiences of language development the child receives will impact the future reading development. Third constraint, limited early childhood experiences. Early experiences lays foundation for the development and formal education in children. The caregiver is the first educator of the child. The quality of early experiences triggers how the child is developing in their later years. Nowadays, as both parents are gainfully employed, the duty of providing for the development is at risk. When children's brain development is rapid, the experiences created by them will build and refine knowledge and skills the child possesses. Limiting the early learning experiences can hinder the development in children. Conclusion. Transition is a change the child experiences during different phases of life. The three tiers influencing this process are child, parents, and educators. Parents play an important role in helping the child move successfully from one stage to another. Many factors influence the parenting and the transition in children. It is necessary for parents to focus on the style and the strategy that they have used for the development of the children. Parents and educators should work in collaboration to achieve successful transition in children.